Hi, Helen. I'm Ariana. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, Rainey is, I feel, completely different than any other character you played before. What had attracted you to this role?
I loved Rafa and David. I love the story. And even though I didn't know who this woman was in the beginning, I could tell they knew who she was. And as we talked, she started to kind of come into relief for me. And I did a lot of work to create where she's from, what her history is, how she dresses, what she looks like. And then I realized I was kind of playing myself. So after all that hard work and all that deep method acting, I think I'm pretty much playing myself.
Well, to me, Rainey has the best wardrobe, to be honest.
I
So
agree. I
that's
would get to work and I would take off my Birkenstocks and put on her Birkenstocks.
awesome. So, how would you say that you're similar to Rainey, and how are you different?
I mean, my leggings are slightly less colorful. I really don't know beyond that. I mean, I love my family. I care about my kid immensely. I'm determined to keep light and joy around me as best I can, imperfectly. Um, I speak my mind, pretty loudly, I think. Maybe not quite as loudly as she does, but close. Um, a lot of similarities.
Yes. So, what is Rainey and Ashley's relationship like? Because I feel in the first season, Rainey kind of was, we were supposed to believe, at least from Ashley's point of view, which a lot of the show is about in the first season. Oh, she's this woman that never liked me, but like she's letting you stay in your house. Like she's the grandmother of your child. She seems to really love you. And this season, Rainey is kind of speaking up more of, hey, like my son is in jail also. We're a family and like everyone needs to be considered because this is going to be a long 5 years. Like,
Yeah.
what would you describe their relationship to be like this time around?
Um, I think Rainey finally puts down the cheerleading and says some difficult truths, which was really fun to do, both in scenes with Jasmine and in a spoken word piece that they wrote for me, which was beautiful and beautiful to act. Um, so it was a lot of the same spirit of what we did last year, but I think we all realized what's under all that cheerleading. It's got to be a lot of anguish and rage, um, if she's the mother of someone who's incarcerated. And so I did my best to try to speak for those parents, um, with some beautiful writing to do it.
Yes, yes, yes. What's interesting about Rainey and the show in general is that Rainey, she's obviously white. That's not glossed over. But I feel like, unlike other shows and projects, she's not like the white savior and they're not going out her way to like appease her. She kind of understands like her place in the ecosystem and even being in Oakland in general. Was that something you were discussed with like Rafael and David, and was that kind of important when taking a part of a show like this?
I mean, we didn't not just, I don't think we discussed her whiteness, but it wasn't like we avoided it. I think if I understand the history of this character from their point of view, there's diverse Oakland
Mm-hmm.
and there's gentrification. But if you go before diverse Oakland, there was, I think, whiter Oakland, and she's part of that era. So she keeps seeing it turn around. And that's all well and good if her family's safe. And then suddenly they're not safe. So that's kind of the shift that happens. I think they've all grown up with this thing happening all around them. Which family is going to be next to lose somebody and be affected by it, and now it's their turn.
Yes. What would you say has been one of your favorite scenes to shoot this season without giving too much away, obviously?
Well, there is this moment where Rainey finally gets to say what she needs to say. She has not been a person of faith up until now, but she is so brought to her knees by her situation that she gets on her knees. And that was really wonderful to shoot because the writing was so beautiful. Anytime I get to be with that whole group of people, it's fun. It's as fun as it looks. It's more fun than it looks because they're so great. So, we had a good time.
Yes. I think Rainey's parenting style is very interesting because she's probably like the most liberal person to exist. Like she's okay with that, the fact that her daughter does sex work. She's okay with a lot of things, and she's definitely like a live and let live. But if she practices what she preaches and expects people to do the same, as in like, okay, you can't be judgmental of this situation if you're doing that as well. What do you think you kind of learned from Rainey as well? As in, do you think you kind of been a bit more open-minded since playing her, or was that always you?
I mean, I think it's a version of me. Things bother me that you wouldn't think would bother somebody, and things that you would think bother me really don't. You know what I mean? So I related to that part of her.
Yes, for sure. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Congrats on this season and looking forward to future projects, of course. I'll talk to you
Thank
then.
you so much.
Okay,
Thanks.
you have a good one. Thank you.
You.
Bye.